Yeah. Audience, good morning, audience. Today, our 17th session is going to start very soon. So, before that, I would like to convey some of the messages. Like Annakkili Amma Research Institute conducting some online webinars. If you would like to join in that, you can contact a director, and you can check the details in website. And other thing is like there is no attendance form today, so only pin number and the feedback form will be provided. The feedback form will be provided after the discussion session, and if you submit the feedback form, then only you can receive certificates. Okay, so good luck to everyone. So we'll start the session. Okay, yeah. Okay. So good morning, one and all. On behalf of Annakkili Research Institute, Chennai and e-teaching Tamil, I am happy to welcome you all to 17th session of RE Bioscience webinar series. I am very much proud and happy to introduce today's special guest, Dr. E. Gayathiri, Assistant Professor, Department of Plant Biology and Plant Biotechnology, Guru Nanak College, Velachery, Chennai. She has 12 years of experience in field of teaching and research. She did her PhD under Guru Nanak College affiliated to University of Madras. She is university rank holder in her undergraduation. She has 19 research publications in reputed peer-reviewed national and international journal, and attended and organized various national and state level conferences and workshops. She is also being member of many environmental related associations. She has completed MD in acupuncture from Bharat Seva Sadhan. She is trained specialist in acupuncture and self-learned expert in field of Ayurveda. And Dr. E. Gayathiri's achievements are numerous, which can't be introduced in short term. Hence, without further delay, I would like to call Dr. E. Gayathiri to lead the session. Ma'am, the session is yours. You can carry on.
Good morning. Thank you for the warm welcome, sir. First of all, I wish to extend my deep respect and thanks to our principal, who is an amazing leader and motivator, playing a huge role in the success of staffs and students of GNC. Next, I should thank our Dean of Research, ma'am, who is my pillar of support. Next, I should thank our department head, staff members, and all the senior faculty members for their constant encouragement and motivation. Not least, I should thank Perumal sir of Annakkili Amma Research Institute for the given opportunity. Well, in present scenario of pandemic situation, people started building their immunities through alternative medicines. Even I too practice the same. Yes, now Ayurveda, Siddha, homeopathy are the major ones practiced and most discussed topic during this current pandemic situation. Yes, it's true. We can boost immunity through taking some simple natural remedies suggested by Ayurvedas and homeopathies or your forefathers measuring substances, everything. Moreover, we are known that we all know that a good diet and a healthy body is the key to a good immunity. Everyone care for our health and fitness, isn't it? Yes, everyone. Of course, health and fitness are the both sides of same coin, which means both are very necessary to live a healthy and happy life. We all know that without proper health and fitness, one cannot have a feelingness of physical, mental, and social well-being. Then, it's a common understanding which everyone should know and follow. Everyone must follow throughout the life to keep our body and mind functioning in a balanced state. I'll explain it in a simple way. For example, like how everyone have a unique fingerprint patterns, the same way the person has a pattern of energy too. In real terms, I would like to guide you all to know how energy from nature flow in our body. And I'll also help you to understand your doshas, which balance one's life and food conditions. Moreover, I'll help you all to find what dosha types you are. So after knowing it, you may have a clear picture and adjust your body and heal your body through Mother Nature. Coming to history of Ayurveda. Ayurveda is considered by many scholars to be the oldest healing science. It's just roughly traced back 5,000 years ago, when writing was not evolved in physical forms. And Ayurveda is often called as mother of healing. Yes, fact. In Sanskrit, Ayurveda means the science of life. The term Ayurveda is composed of two basic names. You can see in the picture. Ayu and the other one is Veda. Ayu is derived from a primary word Ayush, that means life. These basic names, like it's explained in Charak Samhita as a combination of Shari or destructible body. Indriya, the second one, the self entities of macro and micro sense organ. The third, Sataiva, that is Sattva, means mind. The last one, Atmans, means indestructible soul. The other word, Veda, it is originated from a word with, which means knowledge. In overall, we can say that Ayurveda is roughly the translation of knowledge of life. Moreover, Ayurveda stems from the ancient Vedic culture and was taught for many thousands of years in an oral traditions from accomplished masters to their disciplines. That means it is believed that Vedas was passed through cognitions and meditations. First, these knowledges were written in a perishable materials such as Bhojpatra, which you can see it in this first picture. It is a bark of a Himalayan plant called Beta Ipilis. It is in the second picture. Later, these same manuscripts are transformed in stones and copper plates. Finally, Vedavyasa. He is the first person to document the preserved manuscripts in four forms. They are Rig Veda, Samaveda, Yajurveda, and Atharvana Veda, of which Rig Veda was accepted by all followers and followed. But current knowledge about Ayurveda is primarily based on the great threads of text called Grahatrayi, which consist of Charak Samhita, Shushruka Samhrita, and Ashtanga Hridaya. These books describes the basic principles and theories from which the modern Ayurveda was evolved. Ayurveda also incorporates the yoga therapy, aromatherapy, meditation therapy, gem therapy, amulet, astrology, color therapy, and surgery. These will help in a comprehensive manner in treating patients. It is also working. So, you may all think and question yourself, why Ayurveda? What is the basic difference between Ayurveda and Western allopathic medicine? Yes, it's a right time to understand the importance of Ayurveda. If we see Western allopathic medicine, they only correctly tends to focus on symptomology and diseases, and primarily they uses drugs and surgery to rid the body from pathogens. or they make the disease tissue cured immediately. But I too agree that many times it has saved so many lives by these approaches. But however, drugs, because of their toxicity, always weakens our body. But Ayurveda does not focus also on these diseases. Rather, Ayurveda maintains that all the life must be supported by energy in a balanced state. So, what is secret behind Ayurveda? Ayurveda practitioners says that when there is a maximum stress and the minimal flow of energy within a person, that will sure leads to a disease. But in same case, if you take another scenario, but if the energy is balanced by proper food, exercise, and other proper Ayurvedic therapies and normal food restrictions, the body's nature defense mechanism by the nature will strong by itself and can more easily defend up against the diseases. If you see in major cases, I too agree that Ayurveda is not a substitute for Western allopathic medicine, but Ayurveda can be used in conjunctions with Western medicines to make a person stronger and less likely to be afflicted with diseases or to rebuild the body after being treated with drugs or surgery. Here, we will understand the five elements like water, air, earth, fire, and ether. That represents the most important foundation concept in Ayurveda. Without understanding it, we can't move further. The combination of these five elements will determine one Prakriti or constitution. Moreover, Ayurveda defines the combination of these five elements into three doshas. They are Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. These principles can be related to the basic biology of the body. So, why they are referred as dosha? They are referred as dosha because they have a tendency to fluctuate from the birth to the death. Basically, the balance of these three dosha is what you call as a health. At the same time, any imbalance of these three doshas may lead to a disease, or it will disturb your metabolical methods. It will disturb your whole body metabolism. All of us have these three doshas, but one of this will be the primary one, and other will be the secondary, and the last remaining will be your tertiary or the least prominent dosha in your body. First, we'll see the properties of Vata. What is Vata? Vata is the most important of all the three doshas in Indian medicine. Without Vata, Pitta and Kapha would prove to be worthless. The knowledge of Vata can help us understand the teaching of Ayurveda better, very clearly. It is associated with air and ether. That means space. It will be in our body from birth till the age of 33 or 35. It will control muscular system, bone system, and nervous system. So we may come to an understanding that Vata is the most important component of Ayurveda, and without it, the functioning of other two remaining doshas would be considered as useless. These doshas work together for the improvement of total body function. So it's must to have at least a standard, steady flow of energy of Vata dosha. In the older teaching of Hinduism, there is a saying, and also there is so many experts believing that and assuming that the functions of Kapha and Pitta would be minimal without the aid of Vata. Whereas if you see Pitta dosha, they are made up of fire and little water, maximum fire and little water. It governs digestion, absorption, assimilation, nutritional metabolism, circulatory system, and body temperature in our body. Maintenance properly. Pitta promotes the understanding of intelligence. When you are having a proper Pitta energy or you have a balanced Pitta in your body, you will feel calm. But at the same time, when Pitta is out of balance, you can feel a arousing anger in you. and you can also have a associated hatred and jealousy. Now, kapha. When you see this kapha type, where the earth and the water elements meets. Therefore, you can see the kapha unites properties such as fast in action. Same time, it can also balance slow and steady movement of water. It controls the respiratory system in our body. In our human body, kapha is responsible for solidity. It will be in our body at the age of 66 or till our death. It is responsible for the solidity and make sure it maintains the right amount of body fluid in our body. If kapha is your main life energy, you may develop asthma and other breathing disorders. Diabetics, nausea after eating, and obesity may also be the cause. But you can keep your kapha at standard way by maintaining your proper diet and proper regular exercise and proper functioning of therapies. That is natural therapies. You can take natural therapies to keep your kapha at a warm condition. Now, I will take another few minutes and I want you all to take a quick test now to test your doshas now. So, please take a slip of paper and start your test. It's just for 5 minutes. So, take a paper and answer the questions. So, it will be easy for you to understand your own doshas. There will be only 15 questions. First 10 questions to know about your physical attributes, and next 5 questions about to know your emotional and mental characteristics. Like you see in the picture, you'll be having 3 options. You have to just mark one option from the single question. This is the first question. And after finishing this 15 questions, you have to sum up all the A, B, and C's. Try to answer all the questions as honest as possible to exactly know about your dosha. So coming to the first question, look the picture and answer the questions clearly. So the first question is about your body frame. What is your physical belt like? Is it thin, bony, and small frame, hardly gains weight? Or medium build can gain or lose weight easily? Or large build gain weight easily but difficult to lose? Answer any one from this question. The second question now. Walk and talk. Whether you walk fast and talk fast, or you walk very moderate and determined walk. This last option is, otherwise you walk very slowly or a steady walk. Choose one from the 3 options. Any one. The third one is about your reaction to weather condition. Do you like summer more than winter? That means enjoy warm climate but feel uncomfortable in cool weather. Or winter more than summer? That is, enjoy cool weather and dislike warm climate. Or you are comfortable all around the years but still prefer warm climates more. You don't like damp climates. Choose any one from this third question. Next question number 4 is regarding your sweat and perspiration. Option A, do you sweat little and have a minimal body odor, or you sweat heavy with a medium body odor, or you don't sweat at all but sweat when you work a lot with a strong body odor? Choose any one from this 4th question. Moving further to question number 5. How is your appetite or hunger like? Do you feel hungry regular? Sometimes I feel hungry, sometimes I don't feel hungry, like that. So, second option, strong and sharp appetite, always feeling hungry. Always you want something to eat. The third one, it is a decent appetite. That means if you want to eat, you will be comfort in eating. And if you want to taste the food, you will be comfort in eating the food. So you will be in a comfort zone of taking your food that time. That's option C. Pick any one. The next question is about your face. That is your skin type. What kind of skin issues you face often? Is your skin is usually dry, rough, thin, and cold? You face skin issues like dryness, dullness, or wrinkly. Option B, normally to oily skins you have, and your skins are soft, reddish, sensitive, and warm. You may face some kind of skin issues like inflammations, that is tissue injuries, or many pores in your skins. Option C, you may have a normal to oily, the same time soft skin and thick and cool skin. Skin issues, you will be facing like always oily faces or itching or fungal infections. Choose any one from these three. The seventh one, moving to seventh one, is about the texture of your hair. Is it your hair rough, dry, and waxy, and gets split end easily? You'll be getting the split end at the tip of the hair. Option B, is it your hair dry or smooth and straight? The third one, it's very thick, curly, and the same time oily. Pick any one from the three questions. The next question is about your lips and teeth. Are your lips is thin and dry, or medium-sized lips, or large, smooth lips? Now coming to your teeth. How is your teeth? Uneven, or you have weak gums, or you have teeth with a medium-sized and suffer from cavities, or you have a well-aligned teeth and require less care for it. Then moving to question number 9. Do your eyes look very, very small in size, feel dry and sleepy, and you always blink often, and you blinks a lot, normal, like not like a normal person? Or you have a medium size and your eyes look reddish all the time? And do you have your large attractive eyes with thick eyelashes? Choose any one from this 9th question. Now, this 10th question is comprising of general signs of your body. Do you have a small foreheads and crackling sounds in joints? Now, option B, is it your nails cracking often? And then, do you have a medium forehead? Do you have many black moles on your body and nails are pink and soft? Finally, option C, do you have a disproportionate body, heavy thigh, hip, and nails are wide and whitish? Choose any one from this 10th question. Now, coming to the mental and emotional characteristics. First comes the memory capacity. Whether you have a quick to learn but same time short to forget, that means short-term memory. Option B, do you have an average speed of learning? Once learned, never forget. Finally, option C, you may learn slowly, but remember, the learned ones for a long time will be stored. Long time memory is good. Moving to the next question about your mind, nature of your mind. Does your mind gets restless easily, or your mind gets impatient and become aggressive easily, or irritable easily? Finally, do you have a mind remaining cool and calm, or mostly unruffled? The next question, it's about your mind in taking decisions or taking an action. Do you overthink a lot taking a decisions, or you are a quick implementation in taking your actions or decisions, or you are a lazy implementer, has a tendency to procrastinate? Next is this quality of sleep. How is your quality of sleep? Do you have a light and disturbed sleep but wake up early in the morning, or you have a moderate sleep and go back to sleep easily, or deep and heavy sleep and can't easily wake up in the morning? The final question is about your emotional nature. Do you worry a lot, often feel nervous and anxious, or you get irritable, angry, or impatient all the time easily? Finally, you are loving, caring, never get angry at all. Okay, now you have answered all the 15 questions, right? If you have answered all the questions, Now just you need is to count all the A's, B's and C's. You have to count all the 15 questions. A's, B's and C's. Finished counting? Now let me reveal that A is a Vata characteristics, B is the Pitta characteristics and C are the Kapha characteristics. Now if you have finished counting, now simply sort all the numbers in descending order. That means the first biggest number is your primary dosha. The first biggest number, -7. The first biggest number is your primary dosha. And the second largest one is your secondary dosha, -6. And the last one is your least dosha. In case I have Vata Pitta, because I have 7 and another one is 6. So these two are very prominent in my body. That's why I have a Vata Pitta character. So now it's your turn to reveal your doshas. I repeat, if you have counted all the questions, arrange it in a descending order, and the first largest one will be your primary dosha, the second largest one will be your secondary dosha, and the least one will be your least dosha. If you have ticked all A's, then you are a Vata characteristics. If you have ticked all B's, then you are a Pitta characteristics. When you have ticked all C's, then you are a Kapha characteristics. But if you have ticked mostly A and B equally, like me, then you are a Vata Pitta. Similarly, maximum B and C says you have a Pitta Kapha characteristics. And if you have ticked A and C, then you are a Vata Kapha characteristic person. Finally, if you have ticked all in an equal proportion, like 5, 5, 5 or 6, 6, 6, like if you have ticked it equally proportion like A, B, C, then you have these 3 doshas mixed called Tridosha. So far, you have taken a short test and would have understood your doshas. So to summarize, I'll tell you. We'll start with the Vata type of person first. Vata type persons will be lean, very, very active, very, very active. Cannot sit in one place for a moment. That is, he will be keep on moving, jumping around from one place to another. Mental qualities will also behave similarly. He or she cannot focus on concentrating at one time in a particular thing. He is always agitated. Yes, always agitated. They are just like a wind, which keeps blowing around all places every time. It is never steady at one place. That is, their mind never steady at one place. So this kind of personality will have a little sleep. They'll have a little sleep. They'll eat poorly. Digestive capacities are all not good. In that case, we call this a Vishama Jirana. That means they can't digest properly. But sometimes he can digest very well. But sometimes, that is most of the cases, their capability of digestion is not good. This will bring a kind of malnourishment in their body. That is, the Vata persons has to take a proper food. They are undernourished peoples. They can tolerate the heat very nicely, but cannot tolerate as much cold like winter seasons or rainy seasons. So these peoples, the mental bend is a kind of not smooth. They are very agitated, as I said earlier, unfocused, and same time not steady with their decisions. They are very, very fickle. They move around from one place to another mentally as well. But if you see this Pitta type persons, people, they are very fiery. They are very, very fiery. If you drop your glasses down, their anger shoots up very fast. A drop of their heart, their anger shoots up very fast. They'll start crying. They cannot tolerate heat at all. The moment there is a hot, the anger will be more with them. But same time, believe me, they are very cheerful peoples. When they are in society, they will draw the people's attention towards them. They'll talk very nicely. They are fond of making people's getting around. They'll be talking to the peoples very easily. They are very attracted peoples. The only drawback is with them is the heat. They cannot tolerate heat at all. For example, if you take a food habit in that particular person is very good. They are very fast in digesting the food. Within 3 hours, if the food is given, it will be digested. And after 3 hours, if they are not given food, once again their anger will shoot up very fast. They cannot tolerate the anger at all. The only problem with them is anger. But by doing yoga therapy, by taking natural remedies, they can control their pitta dosha. Kapha type peoples, they are like an elephant that they won't get angry soon, but he or she gets angry. What will happen is it will remain for a longer time. Yeah, everything he does it very, very slow, but he will take its own time. His or her judgment is so powerful that once judged never will change. So they are the main three characters whom you daily meet in the society. Vata people, Pitta people, Kapha people. So from this, we must also understand one thing very clearly. When you come to getting along with each other like Vata people, Pitta people, Kapha people, I think Vata kind of persons will never be happy with other Vata person. Because the personality will be very similar, the kind of very similar thoughts. And so what will happen automatically? They will be started striking with each other. It is same with the other type of dosha. It is typically very much necessary that we should all follow, that we should all blend with other personalities, which is of opposite doshas of yours. If I am Vata, I can blend with Pitta. If I am Pitta, I can blend with Vata people. So you can make a balanced form of relationship. So well, we know now we have had a short discussion about Ayurveda. Now we will have a short discussion about food and how Ayurveda views food digestion, absorption and nutritional aspects of food. In very short way, it will throw you many points. Here, the food is misinterpreted in the modern life and the modern way of understanding the food. But after knowing it, you may have your own ideas. When it comes to food, of course, we are all sure that food gives nutrition. But the problem is the nutrition is completely attributed to the fact of food, but not to anything else. That means if you eat food, you will get energy. If you eat very good food, you will get very good energy. That is the modern way of thinking goes. Even some of us also thinks the same. Let us see what will happen. After seeing this, you will decide by yourself. Nowadays, the whole world is running out of deficiency. Deficiency of carbohydrate, protein, vitamin, calcium deficiency, etc. For example, I like to say this one. If anyone comes to know that if you have a protein deficiency, what you will do? The first thing comes to their mind or your mind, they will be searching to the supplements with that source. So they will be searching or they will be Googling it for the source of protein foods, or they'll be Googling for the protein supplements like protein powders, whey proteins or meat, etc. This is the way which they believe that if they take that protein supplement or a protein source, they think that it will take a good cue to them. But actually speaking, it's not the insufficient food nutrition which causes the deficiency in the person. The logic is that the person is not assimilating well that is, the food is not assimilated well in their body. Okay. If you see this condition, I will give an example. If there are 4 persons in your family, all taking same kind of food, if one person in this family is having a deficiency, either it may be a protein deficiency, carbohydrate or calcium deficiency, that means is food not enough or he didn't take enough nutritional food? The logic is the other 3 persons in your family taking the same nutrition daily are healthy. But my question is, like how the 4th person in your family is having an improper nutrition? I'll give you the answer. The answer is that the person in your family is not properly assimilating the food in a proper way. But at the same time, the rest of the 3 persons in your family is assimilating well. So with this example, we can understand that just the food is not enough in giving the nutritional aspect. There are much more factors into it. Let us see what are all the factors. These are all the factors. As we all know about Acharyas of Ayurveda, who are the proponents, who gave the various texts about Ayurveda to us. For example, Saraka, who is a very famous personality, wrote a book called Charaka Samkrita. In his book, there is an explanation about the factor that influences the nutritional aspects of food. It is not just the food that gives us nutrition. There are much more factors into it. Just knowing these factors will give us a biggest picture of how various aspects of food will influence the nutritional aspect of food. So, there are the 8 factors. One is Prakriti, that means the nature of food. Karana, the processing of food. Samyoga, the combination of food. Rashi, the quantity of food. Desha, the influence of regions of food. Kala, the influence of time on food. Upayoga Samasta, rule in dietetics. And finally, Upayokata, the person who consumes food. Okay, first one. Of which the first Prakriti explained by Charaka is food has its own nature. Yes, that means combination and the percentage of nutrition gives power to that particular food. For example, we used to tell that this food is heavy to digest, the first picture. This food is light to digest, for example, vegetables and fruits. This is hot in potency and this is cold in potency. So there is a nature playing an important role on food and attributing some tendency to each food substances. So we should know about these kind of tendency and allocate our time and decide what food has to be taken in that particular climate, and we have to take it in that way. That will make a proper metabolism in our body. That will maintain our proper metabolism in our body. That will keep your body fit. Next, Charaka has also explained even 7 more factors that can change the property of food. For example, Karana, that is the processing of food. If you process a food in different way, it may give different taste and texture to it. For example, when you go into the reference of yogurt and buttermilk in Ayurveda, in India, we call this yogurt as curd. When you churn the yogurt or vigorously mix the yogurt with water, you will get a buttermilk. When it is churned, the texture of the yogurt is completely changed. Its texture is completely changed. Ayurveda reference says that this one, the yogurt has a natural tendency to obstruct the tissue pores. We all know our whole body system has a group of tissue pores. So this yogurt obstructs the tissue pores and also may cause water retention in extremities. Whereas this buttermilk will remove the water retention and also removes the blockage in the tissue pores. That's why our forefathers or your father or mother used to say that don't drink the yogurt as such. Mix some water, mix some, say, lukewarm water. This is the secret behind. So when you take this yogurt, it may cause obstructions. Same time, if you take a buttermilk, it removes the obstruction. What is the difference between the yogurt and buttermilk? Nothing. Only the process called mantana, means churning. This churning will definitely change the property of yogurt. So similarly, there are so many examples like this where the property of food may change according to the processing of substances. Similarly, when you come to samyoga, we all know that we are cooking, when we cook, we add a combination of substances in current composition, which may not affect the food. But if we add that different composition, it will sure make the food unfit. So it is must for all of us to understand and know the current combination of substances in food. That will make our food fit to eat. For example, combination of honey and ghee or a fish and milk will sure prove lethal and dangerous to health. Let me explain in detail. If you take a milk alone, it has no tendency to create skin disorder. We know because we take it daily. In the same way, eating fish alone has no tendency to create disorder. But When you mix this both, it will create a skin disorder. That means incompatible substances may sure cause illness or detrimental effect in your body. Coming to Rashi, that means the quantity of food. It is believed that those who eat a food in a minimal quantity, everyone prefer a food with a minimal quantity, yes, will have a person to be very fit with their body, and that will make a steady metabolism throughout their life. Let me give an example. If you take it idli, we all know that it is easy to digest. Sometimes taking in more quantity, what will happen? That means instead of taking 5 idlis, we are taking 8 idlis. What will happen? Nothing will happen. It will digest easily because it is fermented and steamed properly. So it's easy to digest. But the same way, if you take a heavy food, if you take this heavy food in a smaller quantity, it will not affect your digestion. You can digest it easily. But if you take this heavy food in a larger quantity, what will happen? Think about it. Sure, it will cause a trouble in digestion or may cause more time to digest, which may even cause a detrimental effect in your body. So we should decide a proper quantity of food to keep our metabolism and health to be fit. Our Shastra has explained an important factor when it comes to quantity. Look into this picture. The first portion of the stomach, which receives the food, has been divided into 4 quadrants, of which the first 2 quadrants should be exclusively for the solid foods and the 1 quadrant for the liquid food, and the last quadrant should be always left free. Why it should be left free? For the movement of doshas, that means movement of vata, pitta and kapha. That means we should eat in such a way that we should eat filling the 3 quadrants and leaving the 1 quadrant free. How to know about this? It's very simple. I'll explain. When you eat at one certain point, we will get a satiety. Yes, yes. That's the point where the 3 quadrants are full. But even after reaching the satiety, if you eat, sure your digestion will be impaired, which may indirectly cause the whole metabolism, that is, affect the whole metabolism of your body. So eat calm, think calm while eating. Be calm, be silent while eating. Moreover, I have read in a textbook called Ashtanga Shastra. In that it is mentioned that water, when consumed before meal, will make your body thinner. But water consumed during having your meal, that is during having your food, will maintain our body. But same time, when the water consumed after finishing your food will increase the weight. So from this, it is understood that if you follow these rules, that may further increase our proper metabolism. Coming to Desha and Kala. The Desha is the location and the Kala is the time. And we all know that our forefathers did not have a monotonous 365-day diet plan. Their diet plan is more dynamic and different. They will have a different types of food. They take different foods for different seasons. Our Shastra well explained this. For example, if you take a cold climate, most of us use less spices in that climate. Similarly, take a potato, which is heavy to digest. But in this winter season, the Agni works excellent. That means our body will adjust to warm up itself, and then when the external environment is cool, our body will adjust itself. Believe that the digestive fire is excellent in winter. They can take heavy foods. That means there is an absolute synergy between nature and you. Our Shastra clearly explained Kala also. For example, if you take a curd in lunch, it is good and well, it will be digested very easily and it will help in a proper digestion. But if you take the curd in night, it is difficult to assimilate. But same time, if you take a buttermilk night, it will not cause any effect. From this, we would have understand that time and kala determines the property of food. Coming to Upayoga Sanstha, there are certain rules that said by Shastra is eat while hungry or drink while thirsty. So at last, the person who consumes the food should believe that it's a kind of ritualistic process. So eat the food in such a way that you have a full contact with food. Be silent. Then sure you will find the satiety. So it is advised that when you consume the food, follow certain rules so that it won't harm your own metabolism. So after understanding the nature of food, now we will see which food will suit three doshas. From Samkrita diaries, it is understood that Vata, Pitta, and Kapha are the biological energies in our body. So balance the steady state. This will keep your metabolism in a steady state. We should take this balanced food for all these three doshas. If I take a Vata person, they should be taking a warming food. They should include more sweetener fruits in their diet, like banana, coconut, apples, figs, grapes, mangoes, melons, orange, papaya, peach, pineapple, etc. They can also take dry fruits, but don't take too much of dry fruits. Vata peoples can also take pigment-rich vegetables like red beets, carrot, radish, spinach. In in grains, they can take oats, brown rice, and wheat. They can also take egg, fish, chicken, and other white meats also. Then, what about the food condition of Pitta person? Pitta person can take enough milk, butter, and cheese. They are the good ones for pacifying Pitta, but try to reduce taking yogurt, cheese, sour milk, or cultured buttermilk. That means flavored buttermilks. All sweeteners are good except honey and molasses. Don't take honey and molasses. Olive oil, sunflower oil, coconut oil are best, but reduce sesame, almond, and corn oil, all of which will increase pitta. Take favored sweet fruits such as cherries, melon, avocados, coconuts, pomegranates, mango, and full ripened sweets, pineapples, plums. But same time, reduce sour fruits like grapefruits, olive, papaya, and unripe papaya and plums. Consume more favor asparagus, cucumber, sweet potatoes, green leaf vegetables, pumpkin, broccoli, cauliflower, and green beans. But same time, reduce hot peppers, tomatoes, carrot, beans, onion, garlic, radish, spinach. If you want to take it in a less quantity. Take cinnamon, coriander, cardamom, fennels, or rye. But spices like ginger, cumin, black pepper, fenugreek, clove, mineral salts, and buttermilk should be avoided strongly, which will increase pitta. If you want to take, you can take it in a smaller quantity, but not in the larger quantity. Coming to Kapha peoples. Kapha peoples is advised to have low fat milk. That means always boil milk before you drink it, which that will make you easy to digest, and take it in a warm condition. Do not take milk with a full meal or with your sour or salty foods. You might add 1 or pinch of turmeric to it or ginger to it, to the whole milk, boil it, and then you can drink. That will reduce your kapha. This is the best remedy for kapha peoples. You can add a little pinch of turmeric and a ginger, and you have to boil it and you can drink it. That will reduce kapha. Prefer light fruits such as apple, pears. Reduce heavy or sour fruits such as orange, banana, pineapple, figs, dates, avocados, coconuts, melon, as these fruits will sure increase kapha. Honey is excellent for reducing kapha. You can take honey, morning honey with the water. Reduce sugar products. These sugar products will extremely increase kapha, but you can take honey. All beans are fine except tofu. Reduce all nuts. Most grains are fine, especially barley and millets. Do not take too much wheat or rice as they increase kapha. All vegetables are fine, but except tomato, cucumber, sweet potato. They will increase kapha. Finally, I conclude that Ayurveda addresses all aspects of life, the body, mind, and spirit. It recognizes that each of us is unique, each person is unique, each respond differently to many aspects of life. Each person respond differently to many aspects of life. Each possesses different strength and weakness. Though insight, understanding, and experience, Ayurveda presents a vast wealth of information on relationship between cause and their effect. They have given a detailed explanation about our what is our weakness, what is our strength, what we have to eat, what is our body condition, what is our mind thinks, everything. We have to follow it to keep our healthy life in an equilibrium condition. So, for this healthy life, let us all follow the rules laid by the Vedas, who passed their messages through cognitions and meditation. At last, I like to end saying a line from a Chantanoka Upanishad. It's rightly said there, Ahara Sutya Satya Suti. That means from the purity of food comes the purity of mind. Thank you.
1 second.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir, you can ask the questions. Yes, sir. I'll explain this question. See, if you see this Vata person, uh, that Vata persons, the Vata will be very prominent in the age of 66 to 100. So you should avoid starch foods, and you have to avoid these carbohydrates and the sweet foods you have to avoid. And that is at the age of 66 to 100, the Vata will be very high. But if you see in the same case, if the Pitta conditions, the age will be about 33 to 60, the Pitta will be very high. You can see more hairs are falling and you will be seeing white hairs in your head. That means the Pitta is high in their body. So they have to have their balanced food by taking little amount of starch and more amount of proteins. And if you take Kappa peoples, I told you already, from the birth till 33 ages, this will be there. So if a baby doesn't crawl, or if it is delay in standing or delay in walking, or its weight is not increasing, or if there is any kind of, that means that boy or a girl, a little girl or a boy, will be having the kappa type. So that can be easily healed by taking proper food meals every day. Taking a healthy food, they have to take more amount of protein foods. Sir. Yes, sir. Morning, it's not advised immediately after taking your exercises. It's not advised to take water. You have to rest your something. Then you have after warming up. There is an exercise after exercises. There is one process called as you have to cool down your muscles. After that, then only you have to drink waters. It is advised to take banasas. Yes, during exercise, it's not advised to have water. Sir, actually, without knowing your proper doshas, I can't recommend a healthy diet. You have to go to any allopathy doctor or to the Ayurveda Siddha consultants. They will recommend you the diet because without understanding what type of diabetic conditions you have, we can't give a remedy, sir. Sir, actually, this is good question. Sir, normally, during sunrise, our stomach will work excellent. During that sunrises, we can have our healthy foods. That's why our persons used to say, eat like a morning, eat like a king. In the afternoon, eat like a prince. And after night, eat like a pauper. So before at the 1 o'clock, at 1 p.m. or 2 p.m., the sunrise will be at the peak. You can have your sunrise an excellent reaction to our digestive system. So you can have a heavy food from morning. From morning, you can have a light food. In the uh, afternoon, you can have heavy foods, but at the same time, but in the evening, it's preferred that you by 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock you should finish your dinner. It's advised to finish after 8 o'clock, after the complete sunset. It is one day advised to take milk, sir. But it is not we normally we never follow it. But the Shastra says that we should eat like this. Our forefathers did that. So taking you can take even snacks also during that time. So whatever snacks you like, you can take, but it should fit your dosha. Yeah, we can take. Sir, we can take oily foods also, but make sure that you are taking at 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. That it will take another 3 hours to digest, so that you have to leave your stomach, your quadrants should be half filled, not fulfilled. Uh, sir. Yes, yes, sir, it's true. Yeah, because we already know our stomach has so much of acidity. In the early morning, we should, before brushing your teeth, it is said that this forefathers believe that you have to take more amount of water. That will elevate all the toxicity in our body. But at the same time, yeah, we have to dilute our body, and then you have to take little amount of that is milk, or you have to take breads, or you have to take chapatis. Then you have to take your foods. Not you can't take a raw food in your empty stomach. It will once again create your acidity. More. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. More. Yes, sir. That will keep your. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We should not also follow the same monotonous type of diet. We have to make one day dosha, one day chapati. We have to make it in a different way to keep our diet. Yes, sir. Tridosha is nothing but when you have a balanced diet, you have vata, pitta, and kapha equally in your body. So these kind of peoples, if there is some kind of an elevation, sure they will have a detrimental effect in their body. They have to take care of your own doshas. The doshas, I believe that they have to work hard to take your diet plan very regularly. They have to take your diet plans very regularly. So that's what I so far I've explained and made it very clearly that until and unless we experience a good food, we'll be getting a proper energy. And it also depends upon our assimilation. Our assimilation should be very clear so that it will be easy for us to gain an energy in an easy manner. Sir, our Shastra says that we should take a food in a little quantity. That means only three quadrants should be filled. Once again, I'm saying the same answer. You can take in a four. You can take a morning breakfast, brunch, lunch, even in the snacks, and then you can take a dinner. But you have to take it in a little quantity. You have to make that kind of digestive system proper. It has to be assimilated proper. Then it has to, after assimilation only, you have to take another food. Without assimilations, you should not take. Otherwise, you will not gain energy. So, as I already said, sir, pitta dosha, I already said, you should have ginger or everyone. There is one property called as sattvic, sir. They should take fruit, vegetables, spices in a regularly way. They should always have for pitta. Sir, I can easily say Pirandai. There is one property called Pirandai. If you take more Pirandai food, doshas, Piranda dosa, Piranda, that is good for Pitta people, sir. Once again, when it comes to disease, or when it comes to tissue diseases or metabolical disorders, it's advised to take your Ayurvedic consultant or Siddha consultants, because I'm not advised to, without calling a person and checking his pulse, we can't say, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Okay. Hello, audience. So I hope everyone enjoyed the session. I will just post the feedback link in the comment section. Okay. Yeah. So hello everyone. I hope everyone enjoyed the session, and it's time for conclusion. I am so happy to deliver vote of thanks for this wonderful session. I would like to thank our special guest Dr. E. Gayathiri for accepting our invitation and delivering an insightful presentation. The in-depth knowledge of her in the field of Ayurveda has inspired all participants. It helped us enormously in understanding our own body and health, and also audience gathered much knowledge regarding the importance of traditional system of food habits. The best part is that she carried out entire talk with explaining all the methods and facts related to Ayurveda and the food habits which we have to follow for the avoiding dosas and living a healthy life. The participants gathered enough practical knowledge finding treatment for dosas. She also explained the ways of Ayurvedic treatments. The session was great, with one with full of information. Hence, on behalf of e-teaching Tamil and Annakkili Research Institute Chennai, I heartily express my sincere thanks once again to Dr. E. Gayathiri. Thank you, ma'am. We always look forward to your
Thank you,
able
sir.
guidance and support. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
I also wish to thank our audience for gathering in great number and listening to the speaker very carefully and raising their questions. The question session was also wonderful. So much questions were asked by the audience, which were well explained by the speaker. I thank you all once again. Without your support, this could not have succeeded. Last but not least, I thank Board of Directors, scientists and other staff members of Annakkili Research Institute for continuously supporting me in organizing consecutive webinar sessions. I request all participants to visit RE website for further updates from Annakkili Research Institute. Thank you so much all participants. Thank you.